Welcome back to your Pennsylvania Dutch Minute. This episode comes in as a viewer request. I got an email from someone in Tennessee who was thinking about attending. They got an invitation to attend a sectarian church service, either Mennonite or Amish. They didn't specify. And they were a little worried because they were told that nothing will be in English. And they asked for a couple phrases for them to use or to watch for. So I put this list of words and phrases together. This is not specific to sectarian um, services. These are words and phrases that could be used with any Pennsylvania Dutch service. If you and there are Pennsylvania Dutch language church services that take place throughout the year in Pennsylvania Dutch country. So if you attend one of those, this would be good vocabulary and words that you can use or listen for as well. So let's jump right in, and we will start with the word for church service, and that is da Gottesdienst. Da Gottesdienst. Probably, one of the more important people that you will see at the service would be the pastor. And the word for pastor in Pennsylvania Dutch is da para. Da para. Now, the words for prayer and then the verb to pray. So the first one is prayer, the prayer. Es Gebet. Es Gebet. And the verb to pray is bede. Bede. What you will probably hear at some point in the service is the phrase "Let us pray," which in Pennsylvania Dutch is "Los uns bede." Los uns bede. Depending what service you are attending, you might have to kneel or the congregation might kneel. The verb to kneel in Pennsylvania Dutch is gnie. Gnie. Okay, if you're standing at one point and then the pastor says for everyone to be seated, so the verb to sit down is he hokke, and the phrase that they might say to please be seated, hokt eich he, hokt eich he. The opposite would be to stand up. So the verb to stand up is aufsteh, and what the pastor might say to please rise or to stand up, steht auf, steht auf. Most likely there will be singing of some kind going on during the service, so the verb to sing is very similar to the English, singe, singe, and what they might say is let's sing, for example, hymn number whatever, so let's sing is singe mir, singe mir. I have two words for hymn or song. They both, can be used interchangeably for hymn or song. S lead, S lead, and da Lobgesang, da Lobgesang. At some point, the pastor will give his sermon or preach, and the word for a sermon is die Predigt, die Predigt. And then most services will probably have at some point where you share the piece or the sharing of the piece, and the phrase that most likely would be said, "Peace be with you," is Friede sei mit dir. Friede sei mit dir. So that by no means is a complete list of all the words or vocabulary you might run into at a church service that's not held in English, but I think it's a good start. Practice these words or phrases if you attend a service. Listen for them. You might hear people say them. And it's always a great opportunity, whether you're necessarily religious or not, but to have an experience in another language. It definitely adds a new element to your worship, and if you are religious, I think it's always neat to worship in a different language. I've done it in various different languages in a couple places around the world, and it's always been a very positive and enlightening experience for me. So keep your eye out in the online for updates of new church services taking place in Pennsylvania Dutch around Pennsylvania Dutch country. In the meantime, if you have an idea or a question that you'd like answered for a future video of your Pennsylvania Dutch Minute, please don't be afraid to email me. My address is at the end. And tell your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll look for you down the road. Mach Scoot.
That's good.